Wiggolly Dantas, one of the form CT rookies last season, is up against one of the most exciting surfers not on the championship tour, Jack Robinson, a local in these parts and one of the best tube riders on the planet. An in-depth interview with Taj is available now at worldsurfleague.com. Some great vision of his past victories. Taj still alive in this contest and he will compete in Fiji. That'll be his last event. But right now we're seeing Wiggolly get things started here in Heat 4 of round 2. There's that perfect timing on display early on in this heat. Wiggolly always throws plenty of water. Trains hard, does a lot of jiu-jitsu, could turn most of his rivals on the CT into pretzels if they were to hit the mat. But here's a replay of that first wave, solid.
So his brand of surfing, Ronnie, is absolutely perfect for today because that's what it's all about. You know, you really want to hit the section that he would hit, even if it was glassy, when it's super, super strong offshore. That's what's really on offer today. So Wiggolly is going to be very comfortable.
Well, we've got action out the back with Jack Robinson having a look at this wave. Kelly Slater standing by for an interview with Rosie Hodge. Let's see what Jack can do on his first wave. He finds the tube and he'll find an exit. So even though there hasn't been many barrels today, Jack manages to sneak into one. Let's hear from Kelly Slater with Rosie Hodge.
He's not a big planner for, you know, months and months ahead.
Lunch might be easier to pick.
What is it going to be?
Some chia seeds, activated nuts. As we see Jack Robinson on the replay. Decent score, 6.1 for this little barrel.
Isn't that funny, Ronnie? We're just saying, well, he has no barrels on offer. What's he going to do? And he finds himself a barrel. He just can't help it. He's so in tune with the ocean. This kid right here is going to be great. He's going to have a long career. Amazing how comfortable he is on the North Shore. I mean, even that alone, he can cut a path for that kind of career. But he definitely wants to get it done on tour as well.
Here's Wiggolly on his second ride. The 26-year-old kicks out there from Sao Paulo, Brazil. .5 for Wiggolly's last wave. And Jack Robinson needs a 4.91 at this stage. Where do you rate Jack? I mentioned that for me, he's one of the best tube riders in the world. Are we talking?
Wiggolly here, trying to get a quick backup. Really nice, strong turn. Very simple equation out here. You just need to get a nice solid set wave, get two big maneuvers on the outside, and then finish it. And, you know, it's funny, surfing's cool enough and big enough of an arena where you could just cut a career living on the North Shore.
Well, here he goes again, fading, but looking for the barrel straight away, and doesn't find the exit. So rare to see Jack disappear behind the curtain and then not show himself down the line, but a lost opportunity there. That was a good size set wave. Wiggolly taking off behind him now, and Wiggolly is going to grab the rail. Just as this heat kicked off, we said there was no tubes in play. Something's happening out there at the moment. A lot of barrel rides on offer. Wiggolly finding a nice one here, getting a good finish. He likes the feel of it.
That's going to be a massive score. That's an easy one, isn't it? Clean, big barrel, and then he finished it. So, I mean...
Just under 16 minutes to go. And here's Wiggolly's wave again for you.
On his backhand. It's one of the first backhand barrels we've seen out here at Margie's Rights. They did well. He hung onto that rail, kept that board kind of cutting through that barrel, even though there was a lot of chops. Really strong closeout maneuver there. It's a big score. I mean, that's way better than the 7.5.
Scores starting to drop for Wiggolly, 8.23. So Jack Robinson now chasing a pretty hefty number, a 9.63.
Is the paddle into the wave, where he actually sets up the barrel while he's paddling in. It's not about just standing up and getting in it, but he literally was fading it and setting it up, and he kind of made a mistake a little bit by putting too much and trying to maximize the barrel there, and it put him a little bit late underneath it, so he got clipped on the way in, and that slowed him just enough to not make it. Where in contrast, Wiggolly dropped in and set the rail right off the takeoff and was able to get through it with speed. You know, even though the wave kind of shut down, he was able to punch through it. But just, you know, that's where I think that Jack has a special way of doing things is he knows how he'll do things like Chopo, where he'll slow down and actually flag out his feet and slow himself down. Know that kind of stuff so early at such an early age.
It's such a great point that you're bringing up, Pete. But what I was really interested to see is how Jack would surf out on the open face, and this ride was pretty decent.
Yeah, exactly. He ripped into that inside rail. That's kind of one of the first solid turns we've seen from him. You know, he had a frustrating first round heat, and again, he finished that wave off. A nice little snap on the inside, so he's going to get himself back in this thing and just find it as a challenge. He'll smoke some events on a QS and get there.
Well, here's Wiggolly once again, an explosive first turn, driving his board through the lip, feeling comfortable with a solid lead now, and that was the combination of 3 big turns. Even Wiggolly's asking, what more do you want? 7.5 on his first wave. I think he'll get rid of that, and he's going to make life really hard for Jack here.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's up into a 9 or higher. That was a really clean surfed wave. Power, again, that perfect placement we've been talking about. He threw so much spray to the horizon.
I don't know, there's different surgeons' tables around the world. The one at HT's is actually pretty sharp. It's brutal, but that's in the mental wise. But this one's kind of got a nice little comforter on top of it.
It does. It's got some cushion. Wow, both of those snaps. I like how he changed it up a little bit. We've been talking about how he carves out of those backside snaps. That occasion there, he just went 12 o'clock, and it was so swift. A lot of speed, but he still, as he always does, threw buckets. So, wow, look at that.
9.63. And Wiggolly just continues to build momentum. Throwing a bit more wrist then, but it was really the flow between those maneuvers, that combo.
What I love so much about Wiggolly is he's pretty stubborn. He sticks to this section right here above the lip line, right past where the lip is breaking. So where that barrel is, he is very consistent with that snap right there. Remember Andy Irons, he used to always climb the lip and attack the wave from behind. Wiggolly's the exact opposite. He is 99% of the time right before the lip line starts breaking. So that gives him that penetration, that gives him that extra speed, so he's projecting out of his maneuvers. Gives him that nice flow we like to talk about.
It's a clean attack. I think you're spot on. I think Kelly Slater used to surf that part of the wave more back when he was collecting his first world titles. Then his equipment got a bit shorter. He started to really surf on top of the wave. He was surfing the most critical part of the wave, but he started throwing a little less spray at that point. That's something that Wiggolly is renowned for, throwing that huge amount of water. Another surfer who has it, who's a regular foot, is probably Pete Durbidge. Always attacking that same part of the ride, and as a result letting go of a lot of water and finding another nice little insider here. A couple of big numbers, a 9.63. He's just improved his lead, putting away an 8.43. And wildcard, local boy Jack Robinson, in trouble with just over 5 minutes to go. He needs a 2-wave total of 18.07. Excellent wave to do that. Wiggolly's got priority though. He's going to take this first wave. Critical takeoff, drives up into the pocket. Gets hung up though. Can't ride out of the maneuver. There's something behind, and Jack is having a look. Makes a late decision. He's going to have to go to turns. Big float to get started. Solid maneuver. Bashes the lip once again. Critical surfing, but gets caught behind. Doesn't get a third option on the inside. Just under 2 minutes to go, and not sure that will break the combo.
And that really kind of halts that momentum going down the line. So that's the feeling you get visually from this wave. Everything's kind of just struggling, trying to get back out into the face. He's going to climb the lip, but again loses speed. So, you know, the judges will know that, and it's going to make the score suffer.
18.06. That's the second best heat score behind John Florence. And the 26-year-old Brazilian will move through to round 3. Jack Robinson, the wild card, out of the event